It's Heather Mack from GetYourRockOut.com, and I'm here with Alestorm. Hello!
Hello!
How are you guys?
We're very well, thank you.
Grand.
How are you finding the tour so far?
It's been lots of fun. It's been to some good places, some big venues, like compared to the last UK tour we did. So it's a step up, and we're all having a wonderful time.
Yay! So on your Facebook site, and I've been wanting to ask you this question for quite a while, it says the world's second best Scottish pirate metal. So I have to ask, who in your opinion is the first, and why have you written the second?
The almighty Rumahoy.
Yeah, legend has it that before Alestorm ever really sold out and became a commercial pirate metal band, there has always been Rumahoy from the small heritage fishing village of Optimukti in Scotland.
And
they believe they've been doing it longer, so who are we to argue?
You know, we can't argue with the facts, you know.
Okay then.
So we're the second best. We just have to live with this.
I'm glad you cleared that up for me, because I've been wondering that for quite a while. So your new album, Back Through Time, how you enjoying touring with that?
Yeah, I mean, we've been touring it for
almost a year.
14 months now?
Yeah, over a year.
14, 15 months. And we started the tour for Back Through Time just before it released over in Australia. And we've been through Europe, America, the UK on our headliner, and we're back in the UK. We've done a load of festivals and over this summer. And it's been a fantastic touring scheme. We're planning on touring it, I think until next summer the touring schedule ends, and then I think we're working on album 4.
I think people liked the album.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a great critical response to it, even in magazines and throughout the internet and stuff. It's not been completely slated, so that's always that's always a nice thing to see. You know?
So, do you feel that the music's evolved since the first album, Captain Morgan's Revenge, and how would you say it has?
It's
become a lot sillier, I think. It was always a bit daft, but there's just become more scope and more license to be ridiculous and have more fun with it.
The first two albums were written. Well, the first album was written over the course of about 4 years, because it encompassed a lot of the demo material from the Battleheart days. And some new material that Christopher wrote. The second album was written pretty much entirely on tour, so we were a little bit rushed for that one, sadly. And the DVD that was released with it, we speak not of that. But I mean, the whole production evolved over the 3 albums as well. Our engineer Lassa, we've been working with him since day one. And when we got into Back Through Time, we had a solid lineup. We'd not changed anything in a year or so. We had our drummer playing on it instead of a session. I was playing guitars for the first time, and I think the whole thing came together a lot better. And the actual sound is more reflective of what we do live now.
Yeah, I think
rather than like a lot of backing synths, and it was actually like trumpets, trombones, violins and stuff, things that you would actually hear in an orchestra kind of thing, rather than some VST off a keyboard. You know, it's one of those things.
I think the first 2 albums, the way Alestorm was originally promoted and like portrayed in the press, was really serious, as though Alestorm believed they were pirates.
This album kind of dispelled everything. And now considering we're singing about Buckfast and midgets, now
that pretty much the entire world has had a chance to see the live show, there's a lot more ability to.
There's a lot more to the band than just going ahoy pirates. You know, we have a lot of more freedom to write songs that, you know, while necessarily people won't enjoy, but you know, we go out, enjoy it, play it, and when you see it live, the live show is what we write the music to do. It's not so much, I'll sit and listen to this on a CD. It's like, go out, party, drink, fall over, drink some more. You know, so that's what we want to do with a live show.
Do you feel that doing the live shows and going over obviously to Europe and other countries has allowed people to realise more of your metal, more of your music and the metal, and finding a home for Alestorm rather than just listening to the CDs? Has it changed people's opinions of you as a band?
Definitely.
Even on this tour, it's a good example because naturally, with it being a Dragon Force headlining tour, you'd think most of the fans are here to see them and maybe not aware of Alestorm or don't know much about Alestorm. But then we get a lot of comments on the Facebook page afterwards saying we didn't really know what to expect, so we hadn't heard much, but we really, really enjoyed it, and now we understand what the band's all about.
So it's one of those things.
The live show does definitely bring across the message a lot more than the CD does.
There has been 2 or 3 shows on this tour, definitely, where we've actually gone out and noticeably noticed the crowd just looking at us going, wait a minute, what? Because a lot of people kind of go out with, like, they've maybe seen us when we toured with Taurus 4 years ago, or maybe when we toured with Tyr, and we were a lot younger band then. We hadn't had any of the live experience we have now, but we've played quite a lot bigger shows, toured the world again, and it's like we've actually come back a lot more, I'd say mature in a very loose term.
Loose.
Shut up, Ellie. And you know, we've been able to come back, and we've actually sort of improved our live game and just made it that bit more entertaining, and just given the fans a great performance, but also something to laugh at the same time. Especially with Christopher's inane chat. Sometimes we just stand on stage and just go, whatever, get on with it.
So as a pirate band, did you enjoy playing a cruise ship?
That was he missed out on it.
I wasn't there.
We sadly couldn't get him on that one. But we had the best time ever. The 70,000 tons of metal cruise was Stein.
Big thumbs up there.
Big thumbs up for my tour manager. It was amazing. Spent 4 or 5 days completely drunk on a cruise ship in a hot tub while watching Venom. And watching like Dark Funeral and stuff, and it was just like, this is the most bizarre, awesome thing I've ever done in my life. I came back sunburned as hell, but that's neither here nor there. I got to go to Miami for free and get drunk on a boat for a week. So
sounds good.
Everybody should go if you can afford it, because it's very expensive.
Or not get seasick.
The thing is, with a cruise ship that size, you don't feel.
Do you know?
You don't feel it at all. You wouldn't know you're really on a boat. It's just so easy to be on it. Saying that, the amount of alcohol I ingest.
The alcohol helps.
They
Counterbalance the rock.
$6 White Russians. Sold. Completely sold.
Did you guys have a favourite song that you like to perform on stage? That you like try and get in on every set list because you really enjoy it?
The song for me, sadly we're not playing it on this tour because we've got a short set, is Death Throes. It's the most recent video and stuff. It's just it's such a departure from what the songs we usually write. And it's a lot of fun to play. It's also 7 minutes long, and it's got big black metal sections, which really is my favourite thing to do. But I mean, if I had to go from our current set list, I'd actually...
Out of the current set, Cats and Dogs Revenge is probably my favourite.
But
it's another one of those long-ish
epic songs. For me, I'd go with Pirate Song now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a bit of a drawn-out song, but it's...
simplistic, but a lot of fun to play.
It's a lot of fun to be on stage and just, headbang away to. It's got a good story to it. It's kind of it's a very enjoyable piece of music to play. And we play it every night, I think. I think most nights we played it, except from Dublin, where we played 20.
Is there a song that you'd fight to get on the set list?
I don't know, apart from Death Throes the Terror Squid, which is, again, one of my favourites.
Yeah.
The set list is pretty good,
I think we have a big enough catalogue of songs now that we can... There's a couple we have to play, of course. Like
the Keelhaul.
Keelhaul and Shipwreck. That's kind of if you lose them, then you kind of lose half the crowd, Yeah. But... I think we've got a big enough back catalogue of songs that we can just go out and play whatever we want. The crowd is going to appreciate that as well.
Excellent. So, obviously you're touring with Dragon Force at the moment. Have you found that in comparison with doing your headline tour?
I just... my lead singer is now behind the camera.
He's checking we're doing it right.
Don't like it.
Is it recording?
Just don't press anything.
The button's off, it's not even turned on.
I mean, our headliner, it was a bit smaller than this. Like we played the smaller venues, similar venues.
Same towns, but like the downstairs of the venues and round the corners and stuff.
The Dragon Force guys are lovely. We've encountered them many times throughout Europe, and it's good fun.
It's nice. I mean, we don't have to do as much work because it's their stage production, so that's kind of nice.
You just kind of work around them,
Yeah.
But then at the same time, there's less to do. So as much as waking up hungover to do a sound check on a headline tour isn't always fun, it passes the time. So it's just a different thing.
So you're filming your live DVD in Australia?
Yeah.
Why Australia?
Because it's Australia. How many bands do you know that have done a DVD in Australia? you look at like Iron Maiden with Rock in Rio and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they can. Well, obviously Iron Maiden completely different caliber. You go out to the places where they don't get many shows. Like many bands that we know that have been down to Australia have never been back. We've been twice. We went twice in a year, and then we're going back again in January. And it's like, why not record down there? We have great crowds. They're amazing fans. It's just it's a really solid place to go down and play.
Some of my favourite live metal DVDs, like this Sonata Arctica Live in Tokyo, is one of my favourite like music DVDs, and it's just because they don't get that many gigs. So when they do, it's huge, and it's they really enjoy it.
They really do go out, and especially if they know it's recording. They go out and they pull out that extra stuff. Like I know friends that are coming in from all over Australia, and possibly a friend that's coming from bloody wherever email lives.
I mean, they'll doubtless be fans US, flying from all over the world to Australia to be on this DVD.
To get on the DVD.
So it's
going to be a big undertaking. It's I'm almost nervous about it. Like to go out there and have such a this is one show that has everything about it. You know.
You have to be good that night, don't we?
Well, that's why we've got the production days. So.
And finally, so what's the next stop for you on the voyage of Alestorm?
The DVD, really.
Yeah, aside from the DVD.
We're putting our whole time into that at the moment. After that,
more shows, and then
probably more touring. Summer.
There'll be a big release cycle for the DVD, all the promotion and stuff, and then when that's kind of settled down,
I guess
an
summer
album
back to the festivals and stuff. End the Back Through Time touring schedule, and then work on whatever album 4 works out to be. Another
it'll probably be
5 minutes of whatever we want to sing about.
It'll no doubt be set in space or something.
Oh God, probably.
Sounds good. Thanks very much for talking to us today, and we look forward to seeing you on stage. Thank you.